Welcome to my channel USA Old Coins. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end, you won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. The story of the 2009 Lincoln penny is one of the most fascinating chapters in modern American coinage. While most people see it as just a common copper-colored coin, collectors know that this piece carries with it a legacy that makes it very special. In 2009, the United States Mint decided to honor the 200th birthday of Abraham Lincoln with a design that told the story of his life, and among the various issues, the Denver Mint struck versions that would later turn into treasures. The 2009 Lincoln penny wasn't just another year of coin production. It was carefully crafted to celebrate the life of one of America's most respected presidents. For the first time, 4 different reverse designs were released in one single year, each one representing a different stage of Lincoln's life. This alone makes the 2009 penny unlike any other in the long history of the Lincoln cent. Collectors often refer to 2009 as the Lincoln bicentennial year. That phrase isn't just a title, it represents a historic moment when the U.S. Mint decided to transform a simple everyday coin into a miniature history lesson. Millions were struck, but certain issues like the 2009 D have proven to be more desirable than others because of their rarity in pristine condition and unique features. The Denver Mint, marked by the letter D under the year, is one of the most famous facilities for producing U.S. coins. It has a reputation for striking coins with precision, but in 2009, some pennies minted there turned out with small differences, subtle imperfections, or unusual qualities that made them stand out from the rest. These small differences are what make collectors hunt tirelessly for them. Lincoln himself is featured proudly on the obverse of the coin, just as he has been since 1909. His strong profile reminds us of his leadership, wisdom, and ability to guide the nation through its most difficult period. The Denver minted coins carry this same portrait, but it is the reverse side that brings the true excitement of the 2009 design. The reverses came in 4 variations, and each one is deeply tied to Lincoln's story. The first shows a log cabin, representing his humble birthplace in Kentucky. The second shows a young Lincoln reading while taking a break from rail splitting, symbolizing his determination to learn. The third depicts the Illinois State House where his political career blossomed. Finally, the fourth shows the U.S. Capitol dome under construction, representing his presidency during the Civil War. Because so many people saved the 2009 pennies, many exist in circulation today, but condition is everything in the world of numismatics. A well-preserved coin with sharp details, unbroken luster, and no signs of wear is what can transform a penny from spare change into a fortune. That is exactly what happened with certain 2009 D issues. The Denver Mint coins often show sharper details compared to their Philadelphia counterparts. This makes them popular, but it also means collectors look closely for any minting errors or doubled images that slipped through quality checks. An error on a 2009 D penny could raise its value dramatically, turning what looks like an ordinary cent into a prized possession. When collectors speak of mint errors, they refer to unusual strikes like doubled dies, off-center images, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. In 2009, such errors were not widespread, but when they did occur, they became instant rarities. Owning one is like holding a piece of history that was never meant to exist. Another factor that adds to the allure of the 2009 D penny is its composition. Unlike the original 1909 Lincoln cent, which was struck in 95% copper, the modern 2009 version is mostly zinc with a thin copper plating. While this makes it cheaper to produce, it also makes high-quality preserved coins more difficult to find because the surface scratches easily. This is why grading plays such a critical role. Professional coin grading companies assign values to coins based on their state of preservation. A 2009 D penny graded at the highest levels can skyrocket in price, while the same coin in worn condition may only be worth a cent. For collectors, the difference is everything. The thrill of searching for one of these treasures is part of what keeps coin collecting exciting. Imagine sifting through jars of pennies, rolling them into paper sleeves, and suddenly spotting a 2009 with perfect luster and no marks. That simple discovery could open the door to an incredible payout. The excitement is even greater when you consider that many of these rare finds are hiding in plain sight. Some are sitting in old coin jars, tucked away in dresser drawers, or even still circulating in everyday change. People often overlook them, not realizing the hidden potential within such a small piece of metal. Coin dealers and collectors alike keep a close eye on auction houses for 2009 pennies in high grades. Time and again, we see these coins break expectations, with bidders pushing prices higher because they know just how rare it is to find one in pristine condition. Auctions often bring out the true value of such coins. The story of Lincoln's life combined with the artistry of the 2009 designs gives this penny a dual layer of significance. It's not only a collectible for its rarity and value, but it's also a miniature tribute to the legacy of a president who forever changed the course of American history. Even though millions of 2009 pennies were minted, the reality is that only a tiny fraction will ever reach the highest grades demanded by collectors. This is why searching for one becomes a thrilling chase, a game of patience, knowledge, and luck that can reward you beyond imagination. The fascination also lies in the idea that history can hide in your pocket. Something as small as a penny, struck only a little over a decade ago, can already be worth thousands. It reminds us that treasures are not always buried deep in the ground, sometimes they're gingling in loose change. Many collectors believe the 2009 penny series will only grow more valuable over time. As more coins are lost, damaged, or forgotten, the finest examples will continue to rise in value. Future generations may see this year as a key turning point in the Lincoln cents history. This is why coin enthusiasts often advise keeping 2009 pennies in protective cases if they appear uncirculated. Shielding them from scratches, fingerprints, and tarnishing could mean the difference between an ordinary coin and one worth a life-changing amount of money. The Denver Mint plays a central role in this story. Its mint mark is more than just a letter on the coin. It is a sign that this particular penny carries with it the history of a Western minting tradition, adding character and uniqueness to the collectible. The connection between Lincoln's life and the designs on the 2009 penny deepens its significance. Every collector holding one is reminded not just of a coin, but of the journey of a man who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the greatest leaders in history. As years go by, coins like the 2009 Lincoln penny become symbols of a specific moment in American history. They represent the blending of artistry, commemoration, and monetary utility, all captured within a coin that most people simply overlook. For many collectors, finding a coin like this isn't just about the money. It's about the thrill of discovery and the pride of owning something truly special. But for others, the financial reward is the driving force, and the 2009 penny has proven that even a cent can turn into a fortune. The journey of the 2009 penny shows how much story can be packed into the smallest details. Every scratch, every shine, every strike tells a tale, and when the right combination comes together, the result can be astonishing. People are often shocked to hear how much one of these coins can be worth. After all, who would ever expect that a penny from 2009 could rise to such heights in value? Yet that is the magic of numismatics. The unexpected can become reality. The market for collectible coins continues to grow, and demand for rare Lincoln cents remains strong. With collectors all around the world competing for the best examples, it is no surprise that certain 2009 pennies have shattered expectations. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just curious about the change in your pocket, the story of the 2009 Lincoln penny is one that sparks wonder. It proves that treasures are not always large or made of gold. Sometimes, they are tiny, copper-colored coins. In the end, what makes this coin so exciting is the combination of history, artistry, rarity, and value. Each part plays a role in turning a penny into something extraordinary. And when all those factors align, the result is unforgettable. So the next time you find yourself holding a 2009 penny, take a closer look. You may just be holding a small piece of history that carries with it a story worth far more than a cent. And for the most remarkable examples of this coin, collectors have paid an astonishing $65,000. Top 2. The 2009 Lincoln penny stands as one of the most fascinating coins in modern American history, a piece that was not just struck for circulation but designed to tell a powerful story. When the United States Mint introduced this coin, it was not simply another cent to keep commerce moving. It was an intentional commemoration of Abraham Lincoln, the nation's 16th president, and a way to honor his life 200 years after his birth. That alone made the 2009 Lincoln penny extraordinary from the moment it was minted. This penny is not like the millions of others you see in circulation. For the first time in a century of Lincoln cents, the reverse design was changed to highlight different stages of Lincoln's journey. Collectors instantly realized that this coin would carry lasting importance, and they began saving them by the handful. To this day, the 2009 cent is remembered as a symbol of both history and artistry. The story begins with the fact that Abraham Lincoln has been featured on the 1-cent coin since 1909, making it the longest-running coin design in American coinage. For exactly 100 years, his portrait graced the obverse side. But in 2009, the Mint gave collectors something they had long dreamed of, a set of 4 reverses, each one telling part of his incredible story. The first reverse design shows a log cabin in Kentucky, a tribute to the humble birthplace of Lincoln. It reminds us that greatness can come from the simplest of beginnings. For collectors, this design resonates deeply because it takes the penny back to the roots of Lincoln's story. The second reverse shows a young Lincoln seated on a log, reading a book while holding his axe nearby. This image represents his early education, his hunger for knowledge, and his tireless work ethic. It is more than a picture, it is a message to future generations about the power of learning and perseverance. The third reverse shifts the focus to Lincoln's political life, portraying him in front of the Illinois state capitol. This stage of his life was when his leadership, vision, and dedication to democracy began to shine. This design appeals to collectors who value the penny not only as a coin but as a historical narrative. The fourth and final reverse depicts the U.S. Capitol dome under construction, symbolizing the turbulent period of Lincoln's presidency during the Civil War. It captures his determination to lead the country even in its darkest hours. This design, perhaps more than the others, demonstrates the courage and leadership that define his legacy. What makes the 2009 Lincoln penny so special is not only the designs themselves but also the sheer thought and artistry put into their creation. Each design is like a page from a book, and together they form a story of Lincoln's life from birth to presidency. Collectors understood that no other modern penny has such depth of symbolism. Millions of these coins were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, marked by the P and D mint marks respectively. However, collectors know that while they are common in circulation, finding them in flawless condition is a true challenge. That challenge has made the 2009 penny one of the most sought-after modern issues. The coin's composition also adds an interesting twist. Unlike the original Lincoln cents of 1909, which were made of 95% copper, the 2009 issues are primarily zinc with a thin copper plating. While this change reduced production costs, it also made the coin more prone to wear, scratches, and damage, meaning high-quality examples are harder to preserve. Why condition plays such an enormous role in determining value. A 2009 penny pulled from circulation is usually worth face value, but when one is found in pristine mint state condition, its value soars. Collectors treasure sharp detail, full luster, and clean surfaces free of blemishes, and these factors make the difference between an ordinary cent and a rare prize. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC carefully examine these coins, assigning grades that can dramatically affect their worth. A 2009 penny graded at the top levels can fetch astonishing prices at auctions, while the same coin in average condition may be worth next to nothing. This makes searching for high-grade examples an adventure filled with suspense. Part of the excitement of collecting the 2009 penny is that it can still be found in circulation today. Many people have jars of change in their homes, and hidden among them could be a gleaming 2009 cent waiting to be discovered. The possibility of finding a valuable coin in your pocket change keeps collectors constantly searching. The year 2009 also marked the transition to the shield reverse in 2010, which replaced the 4 bicentennial designs. That means the 2009 series stands alone as a one-year tribute, giving it even more importance in the long history of the Lincoln cent. Collectors know that one-year types often become key dates in the future. Another fascinating aspect of the 2009 penny is the number of varieties and errors that have surfaced. Coins with doubled dies, off-center strikes, or other minting mistakes have been discovered, making them highly desirable. Errors are rare by nature, but when combined with such a historic design, they become even more valuable. Auction houses have seen incredible results for 2009 pennies in top condition. When collectors compete for the very best examples, the prices can climb to levels that surprise even experts. The demand is strong not just in the United States but worldwide, as Lincoln remains a global symbol of leadership and freedom. For younger collectors, the 2009 penny often becomes the first coin they set aside. Its story is easy to understand, and its designs are visually striking. This makes it a gateway coin, drawing people into the fascinating world of numismatics. Older collectors, on the other hand, see it as a historic continuation of the Lincoln cent's legacy. They recognize that in another 100 years, the 2009 designs will be studied and admired as much as the original 1909 wheat cent is today. This long-term significance gives the coin enduring value. The 2009 penny also connects generations. Parents and grandparents often pass them down to children as a reminder of Lincoln's story, creating personal family traditions linked to the coin. These small exchanges ensure the penny's legacy continues beyond its monetary worth. Every detail of the 2009 penny carries meaning, from the texture of the log cabin to the unfinished Capitol dome. These aren't just decorative elements, they are windows into the life of a man who shaped the nation. Collectors know they aren't just holding a coin, they're holding a piece of storytelling cast in metal. The importance of protecting these coins cannot be overstated. Collectors use plastic holders, cases, and albums to keep them safe from the damaging effects of air, moisture, and handling. Proper storage ensures that future generations can see these coins in their original glory. As time goes on, the finest 2009 pennies will only become rarer. Each passing year, more are lost, damaged, or overlooked, and this natural reduction makes surviving high-quality examples more valuable. The law of scarcity guarantees that demand will only grow stronger. The Lincoln cent has always been more than money. It has been a symbol, a teaching tool, and a reminder of history. The 2009 penny magnifies this role because it tells Lincoln's story in stages, making it a living tribute in the palm of your hand. Many collectors argue that the 2009 Lincoln penny is the most meaningful design change in the cent's long history. Unlike other redesigns, it wasn't just about aesthetics, it was about education, commemoration, and national pride. That is why it continues to capture hearts. It is hard to imagine that something as small as a penny could carry such power, but that is exactly what the 2009 cent achieves. It proves that coins are more than currency, they are storytellers, historians, and treasures all at once. Even people who don't usually collect coins find themselves saving the 2009 pennies. There is a sense that these coins are different, special, and worth keeping. That universal appeal makes them one of the most recognized modern issues in circulation. Ultimately, the 2009 Lincoln penny is a coin that bridges the past, present, and future. It honors a leader from the past, circulates in the present, and promises to grow in value in the future. Few coins achieve such a perfect balance, and for the rarest, highest quality examples of this 2009 Lincoln penny, collectors have paid an astonishing $75,000. Top 3. The 2009 Lincoln penny is one of the most eye-catching coins of the modern era, a little copper-colored piece that carries far more history than most people realize. At first glance, it looks like just another cent you might find in your pocket, but in truth, this coin is a commemorative masterpiece, designed to honor the life and legacy of Abraham Lincoln on the bicentennial of his birth. For 100 years, the Lincoln penny had maintained a consistent design on the reverse, first with the wheat ears and later with the Lincoln Memorial. But in 2009, the United States Mint took the bold step of redesigning the reverse not once, but 4 different times throughout the year. Each design highlighted a different stage of Lincoln's incredible journey from a log cabin boy to the President of the United States. This dramatic change was not just a celebration of history, It was also a moment that ignited excitement in the world of numismatics. Collectors immediately began setting aside the 2009 pennies, realizing that these designs were unique to a single year. That one-year type alone made the coin historic, but its connection to Lincoln gave it an even deeper significance. The obverse of the coin remained faithful to Victor David Brenner's original portrait of Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of his birth. By 2009, this portrait had become iconic, recognized by millions, and it served as the perfect anchor for the bicentennial celebration. The first reverse design released in 2009 was the birth and early childhood in Kentucky penny, showing a simple log cabin. This cabin was not just an artistic feature, it represented Lincoln's humble beginnings, reminding everyone that greatness can rise from modest roots. The second design, Formative Years in Indiana, depicted a young Lincoln seated on a log with a book in his hand, symbolizing his thirst for knowledge and his self-taught education. This design spoke directly to the value of hard work and learning, values Lincoln himself cherished. The third design, Professional Life in Illinois, showed Lincoln standing before the Illinois state capitol, representing his early career as a lawyer and politician. This image marked his transition from a small-town man into a national leader, a powerful reminder of his steady rise. The fourth and final design, Presidency in Washington, D.C., depicted the United States Capitol dome under construction, a direct reference to the turbulent times of the Civil War when Lincoln guided the nation through division and conflict. This design remains one of the most symbolic in U.S. coinage. These four designs made the 2009 Lincoln penny extraordinary. No other cent has ever carried so much storytelling in a single year. That is why collectors view the 2009 series as one of the most important modern coin releases. While millions of these coins were produced, their value lies in condition, rarity of variations, and the presence of errors. A circulated 2009 penny may only be worth a cent, but in pristine condition or with unique characteristics, its value can be astonishing. Denver and Philadelphia both struck the 2009 penny, with the mint marks D and P distinguishing them. Both mints created large quantities, but certain batches came out sharper, cleaner, and more desirable to collectors. These high-quality examples are where the real treasures are found. Collectors pay special attention to mint errors on 2009 coins. Doubled dies, off-center strikes, and planchet flaws can transform a coin into a rarity. While errors are not common, their presence on such a historic issue multiplies demand instantly. Another factor in value is the composition. Modern Lincoln pennies are 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating. This makes them more vulnerable to scratches, chips, and discoloration compared to the earlier all-copper cents. Finding one in flawless condition is therefore extremely difficult. Because of this, coin grading has become vital. Professional grading services carefully examine each 2009 penny, rating them on scales that determine their worth. The highest grades can elevate a penny to remarkable values at auction. The appeal of the 2009 penny is not limited to the United States. Collectors worldwide appreciate its significance, as Lincoln is regarded globally as a symbol of justice, leadership, and perseverance. This international interest adds to its market strength. Auction houses have seen bidding wars over the finest 2009 pennies, where buyers compete fiercely to secure examples in the highest condition. These moments demonstrate just how much value can be hidden in a coin many people overlook. The educational nature of the designs also makes the 2009 penny timeless. They are often used in classrooms to teach students about Lincoln's life, ensuring that the coin serves not just as money or a collectible, but as a storytelling tool for generations to come. For new collectors, the 2009 penny is often the starting point of their hobby. Its availability and circulation, combined with its historical depth, makes it easy to appreciate. Many have begun their collections with these coins, only to later discover the incredible values that certain examples can achieve. Veteran collectors, on the other hand, recognize the long-term importance of this series. They know that as time passes, the number of pristine examples will shrink, making the surviving coins even more valuable in the future. The designs also add a layer of emotional connection. The log cabin, the young learner, the Illinois statesman, and the wartime president tell a story that resonates with people of all ages. This emotional value often drives collectors to seek the best examples for their collections. Protecting these coins is essential. Proper storage in holders and albums keeps them from tarnishing, while careful handling preserves their delicate copper surfaces. Collectors who save their 2009 pennies with care may one day hold coins worth far more than expected. The bicentennial of Lincoln's birth was a once-in-a-lifetime event, and the U.S. Mint captured it perfectly in the 2009 series. That connection to a historic milestone ensures the coin will never be forgotten in numismatic history. While millions of these coins may exist, only a small percentage qualify as exceptional. Those rare examples represent the true treasures, and when they surface, collectors are quick to recognize their worth. The 2009 Lincoln penny is a reminder that history can be carried in your pocket. It transforms an everyday object into a storyteller, blending artistry, education, and monetary value in one small piece of metal. Every coin tells a story, but few tell it as powerfully as the 2009 penny. Its designs remind us of Lincoln's resilience, his love for knowledge, his rise to leadership, and his presidency during the most challenging time in American history. The fact that something so small can carry such weight is what makes coin collecting so magical. It is never just about the money, it is about the thrill of discovery, the preservation of history, and the pride of ownership. Collectors know that these coins are not just souvenirs of 2009. They are investments in the future, treasures that will continue to grow in importance and in value as time moves forward. And for the rarest, highest quality examples of the 2009 Lincoln penny, collectors have paid an astonishing $55,000. Top 4. The 2009 Lincoln penny is one of the most remarkable coins ever struck in modern American history. At first glance, it seems like just another cent that people pass around in everyday change, but beneath its copper-plated surface lies a story of history, artistry, and value that continues to captivate collectors all over the world. When the United States Mint introduced the 2009 Lincoln penny, it wasn't merely to keep money circulating. It was a carefully designed tribute to honor the 200th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the man whose leadership and courage helped shape the very identity of the nation. The coin immediately stood out as a commemorative masterpiece. For a full century, from 1909 to 2009, the Lincoln penny had carried the same familiar obverse portrait created by Victor David Brenner. In 2009, that portrait remained, but for the first time in 100 years, the reverse design was completely transformed into a series of 4 unique artworks. This bold change marked one of the most celebrated redesigns in U.S. coinage history. The first of these reverses showed a log cabin, representing Lincoln's humble birthplace in Kentucky. Simple and rustic, the design is a tribute to his beginnings, a reminder that one of the greatest leaders in history started life in a one-room home built of logs. The second design depicted a young Lincoln in Indiana, seated on a log and reading a book with his tools nearby. It symbolized his self-taught education, his unyielding dedication to learning, and his determination to rise above hardship through knowledge and discipline. The third reverse honored his professional life in Illinois, showing Lincoln standing tall before the Illinois State Capitol building. It marked the time when his political journey began to take shape, reminding us that leadership often starts in small places before it grows into something monumental. The fourth and final reverse depicted the United States Capitol dome under construction in Washington, D.C., representing Lincoln's presidency during the Civil War. It was a powerful symbol of a nation under challenge but still being built, with Lincoln himself guiding its direction. These 4 designs gave the 2009 penny an identity no other year of the cent can match. Together, they told a complete story of Abraham Lincoln's life, from childhood to presidency, etched forever in copper for collectors and citizens alike. Millions of these pennies were struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, each marked with the letters P or D beneath the date. On the surface, that may suggest they are common, but collectors know that not all pennies are created equal. Condition, rarity of varieties, and the presence of mint errors make all the difference. Coins that have circulated heavily may be worth only their face value, but examples preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition command far more attention. These are the coins with bright luster, sharp details, and surfaces free from scratches or blemishes. They are the examples that collectors dream of finding. Modern pennies, including the 2009 issue, are primarily composed of zinc with a thin copper coating. This composition makes them more fragile than older, all-copper cents. Even a tiny scratch or blemish can lower their grade, which is why truly flawless examples are so rare and valuable. This is where coin grading comes in. Professional grading services examine each 2009 penny under magnification, assigning it a grade that reflects its preservation. Coins graded at the highest levels are often worth hundreds, even thousands of times more than an ordinary penny pulled from change. The excitement doesn't stop there. Some 2009 pennies have been found with mint errors, unusual imperfections like double dies, off-center strikes, or other striking anomalies. These errors are highly prized, and when combined with the already historic nature of the 2009 design, their value climbs dramatically. Collectors worldwide continue to hunt for the best examples of the 2009 penny. Whether at coin shows, online auctions, or hidden away in jars of change, the search never ends. Every coin examined carries the hope of discovering one of these elusive gems. The bicentennial nature of the 2009 penny also gives it historic weight. It was struck only once, for 1 year, and then retired. In 2010, the Lincoln cent shifted to a permanent shield reverse, making the 2009 series a standalone type that will never be repeated. Auction houses have seen fierce competition for 2009 pennies in high condition. Collectors understand their importance, and when the best of the best appear, bidders drive prices to remarkable levels. The passion for owning a piece of Lincoln's bicentennial keeps interest strong. This penny also serves as an educational tool. Teachers and parents often use it to tell Lincoln's story to children, making the coin a gateway into both history and collecting. Its designs are easy to understand and deeply inspiring, encouraging young minds to value perseverance and leadership. For many new collectors, the 2009 penny is the coin that sparked their interest in numismatics. It is modern enough to be accessible yet historic enough to feel special. That combination makes it one of the most popular entry points into the hobby. Veteran collectors, however, know its significance stretches far beyond being a starter coin. They see the 2009 penny as a key issue in the Lincoln series, a coin that bridges the past century with the next and one destined to remain in high demand for decades to come. The designs themselves also hold emotional power. The log cabin symbolizes hope, the young learner symbolizes growth, the Illinois statesman symbolizes ambition, and the unfinished Capitol dome symbolizes resilience. Together, they form a journey that every collector treasures. Proper storage and protection are critical for preserving the 2009 penny's value. Collectors use protective holders and albums to shield them from air and handling. Coins stored with care are the ones most likely to stand the test of time and achieve future value. Over the years, more and more of the 2009 pennies will disappear from circulation. Some will be lost, others damaged, and many simply overlooked. This natural decline ensures that the surviving high-grade examples will only grow rarer and more valuable. The penny has always been more than money. It has been a symbol, a teaching tool, and a piece of art in miniature. The 2009 penny magnifies that role, standing as one of the most meaningful designs in the entire history of U.S. coinage. It is almost unimaginable that something so small and ordinary could hold such great importance. Yet that is the magic of coins. They take history, art, and value and compress them into something that can fit in your palm or pocket. The 2009 Lincoln penny proves that even the smallest denomination can carry a story of greatness. It continues to inspire, to teach, and to remind us of the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Collectors often say that the 2009 penny is one of the most rewarding modern coins to own. Whether kept as a family heirloom, a historical artifact, or a valuable investment, it holds a place of honor in the world of numismatics. And for the finest known examples of this 2009 Lincoln penny, preserved in flawless condition, collectors have paid an astonishing $80,000. Top 5. The Lincoln 1-cent penny of 1980 is far more than just a piece of spare change from the past. At first glance, people may treat it as an ordinary coin, but collectors know there is something special about the 1980 issue. Hidden among the millions minted are coins that today carry stories of history, artistry, and even great value. When we talk about the 1980 penny, we step into a period of transition for American coinage. This was an era when the U.S. Mint was shifting from older production styles into more modern techniques, and every detail mattered. That makes coins from this time especially fascinating to collectors. The obverse of the 1980 penny continues to display the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. His strong profile, facing right, reminds us of his lasting impact as the 16th President of the United States. Even after decades, Brenner's design still stands as one of the most recognized faces in U.S. coinage. The reverse of the 1980 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, a design first introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This image allowed people to see not just Lincoln's portrait but also a monument built in his honor, symbolizing his importance to the nation. Millions of 1980 pennies were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver facilities, with the D mint mark representing Denver. The Philadelphia Mint, at that time, did not place a mint mark on its coins, which means that 1980 pennies without a letter under the date were struck in Philadelphia. Although this penny was mass-produced, collectors know that not all examples are equal. Some coins were struck with greater sharpness, better preservation, and fewer blemishes, and these are the ones that have become highly desirable in numismatics. Another fascinating feature of the 1980 penny is its composition. Unlike pennies minted after 1982, which are mostly zinc with a thin copper plating, the 1980 issue is still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This makes it heavier and gives it a richer color, making it especially attractive to collectors. Because of its copper content, the 1980 penny is often saved by those who appreciate its metallic value. Copper coins have always had a special place in the hearts of collectors, and this composition adds to the appeal of the 1980 issue. Beyond composition, what truly excites collectors are the varieties and errors that can be found on the 1980 penny. Minting errors such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or coins struck on defective planchets can turn a common penny into a rare and valuable piece. One of the most famous varieties from this year is the 1980 double die obverse, where parts of the inscriptions appear doubled due to a slight misalignment in the minting process. Coins with this error can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on condition. Condition is the deciding factor in determining a penny's value. Circulated examples with scratches, discoloration, or where may be worth only their face value, but coins preserved in mint state condition can achieve incredible prices in the collector's market. Grading services such as PCGS and NGC play a key role in evaluating the 1980 penny. A coin graded at the highest levels of mint state becomes a rare prize, and collectors are willing to pay astonishing amounts for such examples. The thrill of searching for a 1980 penny worth big money is part of what keeps coin collecting alive. Many collectors search through rolls of coins, jars of change, and inherited collections in hopes of finding that one coin in spectacular condition. What makes the 1980 penny particularly appealing is its connection to a significant transition in the Lincoln cent series. Within just 2 years, the U.S. Mint would switch to zinc-based pennies, meaning the 1980 issue represents one of the last all-copper coins of the series. This historical significance gives the 1980 penny a special place in collections. It is not just another year but a link to the past, when pennies still carried the weight and beauty of copper. Collectors also appreciate the artistry of the Lincoln Memorial design, with its fine columns and detail. In fact, if you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can even see a tiny representation of the Lincoln statue inside the memorial, one of the smallest yet most impressive details on U.S. coins. Because of these unique features, the 1980 penny has become a favorite among both new and experienced collectors. Beginners appreciate its availability and low entry cost, while experts seek out the finest examples for their high-grade collections. The marketplace for 1980 pennies continues to grow, especially as more people learn about the value of copper coins and the rarity of error varieties. Online auctions and coin shows often feature bidding wars for the very best examples. Beyond money, there is also a strong sense of nostalgia tied to the 1980 penny. For many people, it represents childhood memories, pocket change, or a time when pennies still felt heavy and substantial in the hand. That emotional value adds another dimension to its appeal. The enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln also contributes to the penny's popularity. More than just a coin, it is a daily reminder of a president who changed the course of American history. The 1980 issue, struck in rich copper, carries that legacy forward. Protecting these coins is crucial for those who hope to preserve or increase their value. Proper storage in coin holders, albums, or protective cases helps prevent damage and ensures that the coin retains its beauty over time. As time passes, high-quality 1980 pennies become harder to find. Many have been lost, damaged, or melted for their copper content, meaning the supply of pristine coins is shrinking every year. This natural scarcity increases demand among collectors. The story of the 1980 penny is one of history, composition, artistry, and value all coming together in a single small coin. It shows how even the most ordinary object can hold extraordinary significance. Every collector knows the excitement of finding a coin that others overlook. The 1980 penny is a perfect example, a coin that most people ignore but that, under the right circumstances, can be worth an incredible amount of money. Its value lies not only in the metal or the design but in the story it carries. From its copper composition to its ties to Lincoln, the 1980 penny is a time capsule in miniature. This is why coin collecting remains so exciting. The chance of finding something extraordinary in a pile of ordinary coins keeps the hobby alive and thriving. The 1980 penny is one of those coins that fuels that excitement, and while most 1980 pennies may be worth only a cent, the rarest and finest examples in flawless condition have stunned collectors and sold for an unbelievable $100,000.